All right, so on this episode, we're going to speak to some key stakeholders that make sure that the Volta Fair is active and live. We brought about people from all sectors, from the real estate, agriculture, service providers, banking, and all of that. We have this gentleman who spearhead this event and make sure that people across Ghana and some African countries are at the Volta region this year for the Volta Fair. We want to ask him, based on his exposure, he's been in the Eastern region, Volta region, OT region, and all of that, Mr. Dela Gajanku, to tell us why individuals, especially our friends in the diaspora, will consider coming to the Volta region to invest into real estate or tourism.
Thank you very much. I continue to say, it has become my mantra, the Volta region is the most beautiful region of Ghana. We are so beautiful to the extent that other people from all over the world want to troop in to see what natural assets we have. 2021 was our most successful water trade and investment fair. It opened up the region. For the last 2 years, Volta region has become a MICE center. When I mean a MICE, a center for meetings, incentives, conferences, and exhibitions. You will talk to the hotels, you will see people trooping in for retreats. You will go to the tourism sites and our resorts, you will see weekends and even weekdays. These facilities are full. It is a testament to the continuing efforts of the Volta Regional Coordinating Council in partnership with the private sector led by the Association of Ghana Industries to expose our tourism and investment potentials to the outside world for accelerated development of the Volta region.
Okay, we know some places in Accra, for example, issues about litigation. And you know, to invest into real estate, the land is one key thing. How smooth is the system in the Volta region, for example, for people who penetrate into this market will not face lots of issues of litigation?
We have our fair share of land litigation problems, but they are not as enormous or gargantuan as the Greater Accra region or other regions. We have pockets of land tussles, but still Volta region has some favorabilities when it comes to access to land. We have so much arable land, especially for agric investment, that we can produce, for instance, rice to feed not only Ghana but West Africa. So land in Volta region is not as problematic as other regions. And the real estate sector is virgin. It is a sector that needs massive infrastructure development or investment. If we are talking about the number of public sector workers and the number of organizations that are trooping to Volta to open their regional offices, there's so much deficiency in accommodation that any investor that comes to build 1,000 rooms today, those rooms will be occupied right now. And yeah.
So wrap it up. How easy is it for people to connect with your office for assistance? You see, to industries at large. Yeah. How is it to people to connect to your office?
Our offices are located at the SIC first floor. You can find us also on various social media platforms. I am available. The Volta Regional Coordinating Council is available. We have putting together profiles of other investors who have expressed interest in partnering with the locals. So in the locals, we also need to prepare them. Because if we have foreign investors who are coming and want to partner local investment, we must make sure that those who partner will be investment ready or partnership ready, so that the partnerships will be long lasting. It's good that partnerships are long lasting, they last 50 years, 100 years. That will last for generations, for our children, our children's children. So let's work together, let's expose ourselves. We have so much investment potential. The human capital is great. Volta region is the only region with more women than men. We know what women entrepreneurs and young entrepreneurs can do. The Association of Ghana Industry is ready and willing to assist any investor, young, old, women, to come together, build their dreams, and then let's employ our teaming youth who are ready to work and contribute to our regional economy in particular and Ghana in general.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So it is clear that real estate and tourism are mutually influencing each other. So today, as we spoke at the tourism conference here to celebrate creatives or teach them in the Volta region this year for the Volta Fair 2023. Lombini happens to be one of the pundits, and this is somebody that is exposed in the creative industry for a very long time. We want to ask him, why should somebody out there should consider the Volta region to come and invest into tourism and real estate specifically? How is the market like? What opportunities that are available for the people, for them to come to the Volta region and invest into real estate? Hello.
First of all, before I continue everything, let me say shouts to Adonai. You guys have been doing tremendously well since you guys got into the real estate space. We've seen the difference and we've seen the steps that you guys have taken. To answer your question, yes, real estate or housing is very, very essential. I do events. I'm Events 21, and when I'm doing events, it's not only people who are my indigenes who patronize me. I have people who move from different places, not just outside Volta region, but outside Ghana as well. You can talk about other African countries, and even on the international level from Europe and USA, they come to join. They come here to patronize our activities, to leverage on these things and make sure that, you know, we make our event space better. You know, we need more of these facilities to what? Host our people. And what does it do? It values everybody in the ecosystem, the value chain. The person who is the waiter or the waitress, the person who is housekeeping, everybody in that value chain, they get to what? Benefit from all of these things. So with the people in the events, tourism or culture and creative arts sector, we create a lot more opportunity for people in the real estate to what? Make more money or create more revenue when we loud these events. Yes.
So how big is the Volta region? How often do these events happen? For me to come and invest into a hotel, an Airbnb, and there is surety that within the next 10 to 15 years I'll recoup my investment.
As you can see, there's a lot more. This year alone, we've had the most number of events in Volta region that has not happened before. Majorly among them is what? The VGMA Vodafone Ghana Music Awards Nominees Jam. It was held here in Volta region. We've had what? Asogli Time with the Stars concert. We've had Keta to the World concert. We've had so many festivals that are happening. All of them are doing what? A lot of events. And the recent past one was Eden Fest and Who Talk Music Festival. Those who are online or who has been following us know how huge that festival was. We played over 10,000, 15,000 and 20,000 capacity. So out of these numbers, even if 1,000 people are lodging in facilities, you can imagine the revenue that we will be accruing from all these channels. Not just housing, because there's food as well. People come and people eat. The textile or the fashion industry, they also get to benefit because they get exposed to the type of outfits that we have in our region here. And it's a lot. I can't mention.
So for you to call, let's say, 3 types of facilities, what facilities will you mention? Let's say somebody, a brother who left Ghana and in the diaspora for many years will come and do. What are some of the few things you can just point one?
Hotels, chalets, even now people even give the front of their facilities to what? How do we call it? As the gift tents.
Yeah.
So people can invest in that. It's also part of what? The real estate or the housing facility whereby, you know, tents are rented at people's fronts where they charge for a fee. In Keta recently, we've seen a lot of that. So it's also available. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much. All right, so our brother Johnny La was one of the panelists at the Volta Fair conference where they spoke about tourism, creative arts and more. You know, he's somebody that's been exposed in the creative industry for a very long time. He's been an artist manager, publicist, blogger, whatsoever. And now he's a digital marketing expert. And he mentioned that the Volta region is now the weekend celebration destination. It means therefore that there is a market for real estate products in the Volta region. Why do you feel that people are supposed to come to the Volta region to invest into real estate?
Yes, simply because, you know, this is Ghana's newest destination for everybody, considering the fact that the ambience here is very different. Everybody's looking for that calm environment, peaceful environment where everything is equally accessible. That's what places Volta region, you know, ahead of any other region in terms of, you know, growth right now. And again, there are avenues of opportunities and all that. So that is it. And people should just come through and have whatever they want to do.
You've been roaming the Volta region, one of the, you know, tourism enthusiasts we have around. Assuming that all the places we have in the Volta region, we should develop them fully into a world-class or standardized tourist sites. Do you feel that we have the real estate capacity to handle people that come through?
Of course, we have. Look at the size of lands we have in the Volta region.
Okay.
don't forget we just split away from, like Volta region, out of Volta region. That should tell you the land size, the natural resources and everything else. Now, if we are able to fully develop the tourist destinations we have here, not just people coming to have fun, but it will, provide avenues for people to establish complementary businesses that can just let them stay here, have fun whilst working. It's 2 in 1 for anybody else who want to come through. So it's the conscious effort that we have to make and be sure that this is what we want to do. You see, the fact is that people are willing to come, people are ready to come, but there should be a driving force that can let them come in comfortably and do business, stay here to do whatever they want to do. And I love the way, the whole business of real estate is springing across the region. That tells you that we are growing economically. The environment is equally friendly as well. Yeah.
We have issues of litigation, for example, in Accra, Greater Accra region. It's one core thing that prevents investors from coming to the region. What is the Volta region stance on litigation? How are issues relating to litigations? For somebody, a random person, maybe I spend time in Canada, I'm back home and I want to do maybe an Airbnb somewhere. How are issues about litigation?
The issues of litigation is not so paramount here because this is the only region that you can buy your land maybe a year after before you start your documentation process. Nobody will. I'm not encouraging that, but I'm just trying to let you understand how flexible it is acquiring land and all that. And I think, through your channel as well, now there's a lot of education for people to understand some of the right ways to, acquire these things so that you wouldn't have issues happening going forward, which is really cool. And I would want us to keep that environment going because, you see, people shouldn't be scared of coming to do business with us. People shouldn't be scared of coming to live with us as people. If you have all these things in place, you will have everybody coming in, day out. And one thing we also have to do is this. If there's anybody who is planning to sell and resell properties to people, no, we shouldn't give such people a place in society. They will rather give us the bad tag. Yeah.
All right. This is one of the concerns from people, mostly in the diaspora, who contact through my channel to buy properties. How close is your property to the airport? Is one of the key questions they do ask. You see, they always think about proximity to the airport.
Yeah.
What do you have to tell people outside Ghana who love to buy properties in Ghana to consider coming to the Volta region? Eliminating the concept of
the
proximity airporting.
Driving to the Volta region when you touch down Ghana is one of the coolest experiences.
Okay.
Especially if you are using the Accra Aplau road or you are using Accra through Japon to this side. It's one of the coolest experiences. In as much as we've had issues of bad road, but even when I was coming, they were still working on it, which simply means that government and everybody else who is in charge of our roads are beginning to understand that this is one of the most commercial roads we have, and they are trying to pay attention to it. So, driving from airport to Accra or Accra to the Volta region, it's not a distance. Like, and Charlie, the Volta region, they go in and out like many times a day. That's how easy it is. It's not a problem. It's a place that you can. It's one of the closest region to the capital.
Yeah.
You get it. So feel free, come through. This is the best place you can get everything in terms of land and owning a property. Yeah.
Your final words to
my final word is this: don't stop what you are doing. And with regards to Volta region, even the people in Accra, when it comes to property, building, working, everything, they want to make sure that they are working with a Voltarian.
Exactly. Yeah.
My boss's property, is a Voltarian, and he's very key about that. Yes, of course, I have a boss too. So, like,
human resource.
That tells you that Voltarians are straightforward, honest, and hardworking. Work with us.
All right.
Visit Volta.
Thank you, John Nila, for
Thank you very
passing
much.
through Draw Chronicles.
Bless. All right.